So do you guys remember over a year ago when I teased rap songs ruined by the feature 2? Welcome to that video. The second Tom MacDonald album review is coming, I promise you that, but I just thought I'd put out something a little shorter first to hold you over until then. Keep in mind as always that this is just my opinion, it's features that I don't like on rap songs that I otherwise do like. Features that kind of throw off the vibe of the song or just make me want to skip past their parts. What else did I want to say before we get started? Oh yeah, before we get started, I would like to thank SurfShark VPN for sponsoring today's video. If you aren't familiar with SurfShark, it's the best way to protect your privacy when online, in a fast and easy to use way. And it's got quite a few uses. For example, do you live somewhere where your Netflix options are pretty weak? They're kinda lacking, they're not that great. Well, I'm sure you'll be glad to hear that SurfShark can help you bypass that and access other countries' Netflix libraries just like that, and then boom, you've got all the exciting content that you want. Or maybe you're someone who uses public Wi-Fi a lot, in which case SurfShark can help by encrypting your data to protect your privacy while you're using a public network. And what's even better, perhaps one of the best things about it, is that you can use SurfShark VPN on an unlimited number of your devices with just that one subscription. They're currently having their Black Friday and Cyber Monday week at the time that this video goes up. So now is the perfect time to click on that link down in the description below and access the great deal that they're offering to my viewers. What is that deal, you may ask? It's 83% off of the cost of your subscription with an additional 3 months added on for free. That's a steal if you ask me. So head to surfshark.deals/CDTV and use the promo code CDTV to access all of the internet in a quick, cost-effective, and secure way. Thank you to SurfShark VPN for sponsoring today's video. I can't remember what I was gonna say. I'm sure I'll add in future CDTV to handle that. But anyway, back to the video. This is CDTV Productions, and let's take a look at more rap songs that were ruined by the featured artist.
With more shit than a pamper, all we rock is bandanas. Whip so nasty, no manners. I just got head in the family.
I feel like every single rapper delivered, or at least did fairly good on this track. Kanye has memorable lines in that signature Kanye rambling style to his verse. Travis's hook is pretty nice. Big Sean's run-on flow works great with this beat. Desiigner did good on the ad-libs. I'm not even joking, outside of a couple additional vocals on the chorus, Desiigner is just on this song to do the ad-libs. And then that celebratory beat just makes me feel unstoppable every single time. But the copper link in this otherwise luxurious chain is Yo Gotti. Legitimately, the first 10 times that I heard Champions, I thought that Gucci Mane had 3 verses on the song and that he got tired by the time that he had to record the second one, and that's why he sounded drowsier and a bit more lethargic. Then I came to find out that that was actually Yo Gotti's verse. Like, Gotti has a verse and Gucci has his second verse on the song right after, and for the longest time, I thought it was the same person on both parts. Even the beat knows Yo Gotti is bringing a flat performance here because it never drops back in full force for him at any point, like it does for everyone else on the track. And this line, bro, stop. I mostly still do enjoy this song overall, but it definitely should have ended after the 2 Chainz verse, and that would have just made it a stronger track as a whole. NBA YoungBoy is an artist that I actually haven't heard much from at this point, despite the fact that we can barely even go a week or 2 this year without seeing a new project from him. Like, I saw a statistic on Twitter that said that NBA YoungBoy has dropped more music this year than Earl Sweatshirt has in his entire career. Just relax a little bit. You know, not everything you have has to drop this year. We're already going through one pandemic. And because I haven't heard much from him, I can't really say whether I like or dislike him as an artist at this point. But what I do know is that he does not need to be on this song. To me, the Kid LAROI is someone that, in most cases, works better without features. Despite the fact that this is a young Australian kid who sort of puts on an American accent to sing and rap with, I honestly think he clearly outshines most people who feature on his tracks with his vocals. Same thing happened with Lil Tecca on his song Diva. The difference was night and day. I'm not saying LAROI has the best singing voice ever or the biggest vocal range, but he does try to switch up the way that he's singing pretty frequently within his songs. And I think that he hits the notes that he's trying to pretty damn well, in a way that makes his songs insanely catchy. That happens with this song, but then YoungBoy comes in, sounding more processed than a Big Mac on his verse. I know LAROI does have autotune on his vocals here, but on YoungBoy's verse, he is drowning in it to the point where he doesn't even sound human. Not the greatest thing on a song where you're trying to elicit some type of emotion from the listener. The second he comes in, the whole vibe of the track is just thrown off, and that's really a shame because the rest of the track before him was pretty great and incredibly catchy. Maybe this is what YoungBoy's music typically sounds like. As I said, I don't know, but if it does, it's just way too overdone for me, and the heavy vocal effects just drown out any personality that his voice could have.
Chopsticks, 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 I love them chopsticks, chopsticks.
His hook sounds great over the hypnotic beat. I won't complain about any Travis hook that consists of more than 8 unique words. I mean, that wasn't so much foreshadowing as it was a dead giveaway to which song I'd be including on here. It feels like Travis phoned in this one heavily. 8 unique words make up his contribution to this track, and I just don't feel like he did much with those 8 words. Like, it's not just the fact that it's repetitive, it's the fact that even the melody and the singing of the hook sounds boring and vapid as well. Travis sounds like he was being forced to do his taxes as he sang this. The importance of a rap song's hook can't be understated, especially on a song that is more targeted towards being a sort of commercial hit type song like Chopstix is. So when it feels like someone is just throwing out a random melody to get his feature check, it kills the vibe quite a lot. Wait, hold up. Kendrick wrote this hook? First of all, what the hell? And second of all, I guess that explains why Travis sounds so soulless on this track. It can be hard to make a hook resonate with people when you're not the one who wrote it. I did get excited when I saw it announced that a ScHoolboy Q and Travis Scott collaboration was coming out, but it just really didn't live up to my expectations with the hook that Travis gave to this song. Now this is one that's a little different to everything else that I've picked on here. I haven't picked this one because MGK's verse was awful on it, because it isn't. It's alright. I've picked it because of what it replaced. You see, when Young Thug first released his So Much Fun album, this track, Ecstasy, was a solo song with 2 Young Thug verses. And I loved the second verse on that solo version. It was probably up there with my favourite verses from Young Thug on the entire album. So why the decision was made to update the song on streaming services to remove Young Thug's second verse entirely and replace it with a decent MGK verse, I'll never know. It honestly kills the song for me because I really love how the original version slowly builds up to that faster pace of the second verse, but with this version, you don't get that at all. Again, MGK is fine on here and he's not really at fault for this one, but I would choose the first version of Ecstasy over the updated one every single day of the week.
You can't talk to me, I'm so Cactus Jack Jordans, mama only boy and shit, CEO baby don't play out here, employ a bitch.
I've heard a lot of people say that Lil Baby does not miss. Explain this verse then. Or his verse on Weekend by Blueface, because
yeah, I get money on sight, every day a holiday, I swear I'm loving my life.
That one is worse, but that song wasn't great in the first place, so that's why I chose to talk about Back At It in this video. But seriously, what the hell was Lil Baby doing on Weekend? Now, I am certainly not the biggest Lil Baby fan at all, but even then, I typically still enjoy a lot of his features to some extent. There's definitely a larger proportion of Lil Baby features that I enjoy than Lil Baby songs that I enjoy. Lose It, Don't Need Friends, Prospect, Be Something, Do That. These are all songs that you should check out if you want to hear a pretty good Lil Baby feature. At worst, he can be a bit dull, but I will admit that it is rare that he straight up misses on a featured verse. Here is one of the examples where he does. This track could have ended up being one of my favourites overall from Mosey because it was interesting to hear him flowing like this, over a beat that sounds a bit darker and harder than what he's used to. But as soon as Baby's verse starts, it's like all that energy and momentum that was built up by Mosey's quick flows on the song just hits a brick wall. It's one of those verses where you can just hear that the feature check was the main thing on Lil Baby's mind, because this really just sounds like something that he fired out as quick as possible. It's cool that you tried out a slower flow on this song, but the execution of it just makes it sound really out of place, and it kills a lot of the song's replay value. And if Baby truly doesn't do feature verses for less than 100k now, then I send you my sincerest condolences for being a victim in this robbery, Lil Mosey.
Make your death wish, cause I'm too fresh, cause I'm fresh to death.
I don't know what it is, something tells me there's a big difference in lyrical dexterity between Lil Wayne and Big Soulja. Let's compare bars real quick. In the left corner, we have Lil Wayne. I passed that weed like I studied. And I got fat pockets. You guys are in shape. Life is a bitch, I'll make her your ex. How the fuck you gon' talk shit to diarrhea? Okay, you know what? They don't all have to hit. Not every line has to hit. I walk it like I talk it, got legs on my words. The entirety of Wayne's verses on here are just him firing out one-liners constantly. Admittedly, of varying wittiness, but the creativity is there, the effort is there. Almost every line he raps here contains a punchline. And so, with that in mind, in this corner, we have Big Soulja. Rest in peace to the game, cause I'm fresh to death. Rest in peace to the game, tell them kill theyself. Make your death wish, cause I'm too fresh. Cause I'm fresh to death, cause I'm fresh to death. You go broke trying to get fresh like this. Rest in peace to the game, cause I killed it. I'm fresh to death, I'm fresh to death. What you talking? I came out a coffin. Yeah. I just read you his entire verse. 8 bars of nothing. It was so weak that even after putting in the hard work of 2 verses that looked like Illmatic compared to what Soulja did, Wayne would not let him finish the song with that horrendous verse, and I'm assuming quickly scrambled together a 4th verse to try and save the song in the last stretch. My god. But you know what, guys? You know why I was wearing this over my beanie for the whole segment? It's cause I was capping. I love Big Soulja, he killed it on this song and he made it what it is. Come on guys, I was obviously joking. Big Soulja doesn't ruin anything. I love his verse on this song, it's great. It's great. Praise be to our almighty Lord King Soulja. Thank you everyone for watching.
Cause I'm too fresh. Cause I'm fresh to death, cause I'm fresh to death. You go broke trying to get fresh like this.